It is 9:30. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here, being joined by some friends from the YMCA of Greater Des Moines. Of course, Ruth Comer is here, and Alex Kretzinger joining us in studio right now, talking about the things they have going on at the Y.
Well, it's spring break, so that means summer. Yes, it is right around the corner, right, Ruth?
That's
okay,
right.
So we want to get people excited and interested in the great things that are happening at the Y. And one of those things is Y Camp.
That's right. We have all kinds of summer camps at the Y. Day camps, preschool camps, sports camps, but I think probably the one that maybe we're best known for is our Y Camp up at Boone, resident camp, overnight camp. Generations of kids have gone there, and
people plan their whole summer around this, don't they?
They do. It's quite a place.
Wonderful. Well, Alex, you're a part of this camp, so tell us, why is this so special, and why do people need to take advantage of checking it out?
So Y Camp as a resident camp does a little bit of a different approach than day camp. We have kids that come to us. We have them for 6 days, so we get a big chance to make a big impact on their lives. Something that we're really passionate about is trying to develop our youth. So
that's a great picture.
We've got a great we've got a great history. We're almost 100 years old. We have 2 years left to go, which means we've been a part of the Des Moines community and the Boone community for a long time, and we've really tried to hang on to our tradition while continuing to stay with the times.
Now, where exactly is this located? Where's the facility located?
So we are up near Boone. We're about 3 miles as the crow flies to the north of Boone, and we're down in the Des Moines River Valley. So we've got the woods, we've got the river, we've got a very beautiful setting and a great landscape for a camp.
All right.
So what happens at Y Camp? We're seeing some great pictures here of some smiling kids, but what can people experience, especially 6 days getting to hang out?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's not really, I guess, what you'd call a typical day. We try to incorporate as much camper choice as possible. So we have an electives in the morning where kids kind of design their schedule around what they want to do, where they want to grow, or what really interests them the most.
Now, do they do this on a daily basis? They get together and they decide where they want to go, or do you plan this ahead of time?
It's planned ahead of time.
Okay.
So on Monday, they get to choose. We do commercials, so our staff put together our own little low-budget commercials.
And that's gonna be hilarious. We're gonna have to see those, Ruth. You know that, right? So when you get them ready to go, let us know.
You got it.
Okay.
They are a lot of fun. The kids watch them, and then afterwards they get to decide, oh, that looks
Just see if the
fun.
advertising works.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Then we put it into our matrix, which is a very complicated Excel document.
You fill in the blanks, in other words, right? Okay.
We put them with what they wanted to do, and then throughout the next 4 days, they get to learn a little bit more about it. And then through their afternoon, they go with their cabin, and we encourage them to design their own schedule for the afternoons. They get to do horseback riding and archery, swimming pool. We've got canoeing, we've got fishing, we've got as many different outdoor activities as you can.
So are these divided into separate camps that you have going on at the same time, or not?
Yes and no. It's all in the same facility. We have specialty camps that go on. So we have a ranch camp where the kids get more time with horses in the morning. We also have camps that are designed for kids who want to fish more. We have a Boys Will Be Boys camp, which is full of mud and all the things that you probably can't do at home. And those are also very popular, but they all take place on the same site.
What age ranges are we looking at here?
We start with 7 and 8 year olds for our overnight program, and they do our mini camp. And the mini camp's just kind of a testing the waters. It's a 3-night, 4-day program. They decide if they want to really like camp. Some of them decide to stay the whole week, and then we go 9 to 17 for our whole week.
Okay, so the one with the option, you do have the option just to stay on board and finish off the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. On Wednesday is when our first half of that mini session. We do the whole week. We have 2 sessions, and a lot of the kids will come to mom and dad that day and tell them, I'd like to stay the whole week, and then tell mom to sign them back up and just leave them there. So it's a lot of fun to have a lot of the kids who were a little bit nervous about it when they were dropped off on Sunday afternoon decide they want to stick around for.
What's usually the determining factor where a kid just flips from being really nervous about being there to saying, I want to stay as long as I can?
I really believe it's friends. I think that, one of the things that we kind of hang our hats on is our ability to foster positive relationships. And so getting the kids to make friends, they don't want to leave their friends is more of what it is. And there's fun and there's all the great things you can do outdoors, but when you put together the relationships with the character building that we really put at the center of our program, I think it makes the kids just want to keep coming back.
And Ruth, another great thing about this is no kid is going to be turned away if they're not able to pay to be a part of an event like this.
That's right. The Y as a nonprofit, we are really focused on making sure that we make our services available to everybody who can benefit from them. So if you think, oh, I can't afford camp, we encourage you to get a financial aid application and financial assistance application. Fill that out and take a look. We're going to make every effort, if you have a need, financial need, to find dollars to fill that so your kid can come to camp.
Wonderful. Okay. And is that something through the website or the Y personally?
Right, yeah. Okay. If you go to the Y Camp website, it's y-camp.org. Is that right, yep. Alex? Yeah. And you can download a brochure. I think Alex has the brochure there, and you can take a look at what all the offerings are. And there's a financial assistance application there as well.
Wonderful.
All right, now Alex, I'm going to camp. Okay, it's my first day. Walk me through different things I can do different days during the week at camp. So what would I do the first day if I went to camp?
Well, everybody arrives on Sunday afternoon. We take them on a tour, go to dinner, and then we do our opening campfire, which is an opportunity to see me make a fool of myself along with a bunch of other young adults as we sing crazy songs and do some fun skits, and then we quiet it down and get them ready for the week. And then throughout the week, as I said, every schedule is a little different because we let them tool it a little bit, but they'll definitely be riding horses, stopping at the swimming pool at least once a day to at least cool off when the summer
Once a day, so that's a routine then, so people can look forward to it.
Yeah, of course. We have a nice pool. It's got a great history at our camp, and kids love to take a quick dip, especially when it's 90 degrees and with the humidity in Iowa, it's something they all look forward to. We also have opportunities for them to do an overnight camp out with their cabin, so they get to make meals over the fire and stay as a group. That's always fun. We call it Night Under the Stars or Nuts Night, but that's a lot of fun too. So we have evening programs that make every night a little different, and then we've got afternoon schedules that are all mixed up and have people going all over.
What's one of the most popular activities at camp besides swimming? It sounds like swimming is real popular.
Yep.
Besides swimming, what else is really super popular?
Kids really love the horses. They will often talk about the first time they rode a horse at camp, or they'll come back and remember the horse they rode last year, and they have some unique names. So we have Glitter and Serial and some of those interestingly named horses, but they love riding horses. Shooting archery is another one of those things. They're just opportunities to do things that they couldn't do otherwise. We have a climbing tower, so they get to find out how afraid they are of heights, and we have a lot of opportunities to kind of test their own boundaries and gain a little confidence.
New experiences.
Now you've talked about activities, the relationships, things like that. Let's talk about staffing. How is the camp staffed?
So we hire a staff of about 60 young people. We hire staff that are 18 and up. So most of our staff are between the ages of 18 and 24 or 25. And they all go through a lot of background checks. We got to make sure that they're good to go in terms of working with kids. We go through a rigorous 10-day training of morning to night, sitting down with us and talking through youth development, but also how to run camp programs and how to incorporate our core values into what we do. And at the end of that 10-day program, they graduate, and then they get the seal of approval to work with kids at camp. And we're really proud of our staff. They've got a great, there's a lot of pride that goes with working out at Y Camp. So yeah, it's something we're very proud of.
I got a question for you. I'm going to grab the brochure here. I'm going to hold this up real quick. I want to take a look at his. It says 2017 Sleepaway Summer Camp, and that's really cool, and you explained that very well. But what if you have a kid that might not be ready to spend overnight? Okay, do you guys have any programs for them where maybe just so they don't have to spend all night there?
So we have a day camp that we run up in the Boone and Story County that we serve, that we bring kids out every day to do their own just a day program. We also have some of the local metro area Y camp summer or day camps come up to camp as well, and they'll come up and visit and do canoeing and some of the climbing.
So they can go back
events.
home at night.
So, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we do have a day camp that spends every day at Y Camp. They meet up in Ankeny and take a bus, drive up to Boone, spend the day. At the end of the day, they're nice and tired, come back home, and so they get to know what camp is about and get some of the fun things like the horseback riding, the archery, and the climbing. But it's in a day camp setting, so they come home every night. Yep.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is there a deadline of when people should start signing up, or cutoff of when it's like need to get those applications in as soon as possible?
There's not a deadline per se.
Okay.
But we're over 2/3 full right now.
Oh, wow.
And we've already had at least 1 week closed, and the second one is under 10 spots left. So we're getting to the
Filling
point
up
where
fast.
it's more just you gotta register to make sure that you have a spot than there being a deadline. But that's, I guess, the only encouragement I can give is if you want to do it.
There's only so many spots.
Yeah.
It fills up because it's just a great camp. I've heard a lot about the history of this camp, and it obviously, you saw those photos of how much people enjoy it. And we heard what the kids enjoy. Alex, what do you enjoy most about being part of Y Camp?
Well, I live out there, so I get Y Camp 100% of the year. But I think that my favorite part is watching kids come in from so many different backgrounds and not have any interest in where somebody else is coming from, just that they're getting to enjoy their time together. And so you've got kids that come, as Ruth had mentioned, on our financial assistance program, and kids who don't, and they don't know, and they don't care, and they just want to have fun and enjoy being with each other. And
That's
I think,
the important thing.
Yeah, I think that's something that the world could use a little bit more of, and so getting to bring that to kids is something that's pretty special.
All right, Ruth, we need to get
Wonderful.
signed up for Y Camp. What do we do?
That's right. If you want to sign up for Y Camp for resident camp, it's y-camp.org. If you're interested in some of the day camp programs, the sports camps, specialty camps, dmymca.org, and you can download this brochure and look at it. I counted up, we have over 100 different combinations of locations and types of camps.
Really?
So if you can't find a camp that that you're
fits you
interested
somewhere,
in, yeah,
right.
I think we have it all.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Looking
the
forward to
best
it.
summer ever, and you can do that with your local YMCA.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for being
Thank
here.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Yeah.
All right, it is 9:43 right now, and hopefully you can stick around. When we come back, Mark Zuckerberg goes for a ride in the fast lane. That's next on CW Iowa Live.